Hi everyone. I wanted to talk today about teen mental health and the use of social media. It is in the news lately that over 40 states are asking for Surgeon General's warning on social media and when it comes to youth and mental health. The Surgeon General himself has a lot to say about that and is been asking for a warning for a while. There have also been multiple medical studies on the use of social media and its impact on mental health, especially with teens. One of the reasons why it's so influential for teens and mental health is because of that time period in our lives between 10 and 19 where our brains are just so malleable and our identity is being formed and very influenced by the outside world. And of course, having access to, just so much images and content and so forth can really obviously affect how we feel about the world and ourselves. And add that coupled with isolation from seeing our friends in person, then it's going to definitely add up. One of the other reasons why it's a concern for teens and mental health is because often the algorithm is based on what we search. So if we're looking, harmlessly on up something about like teens and depression, and we end up in a loophole where we think everyone's depressed and maybe we're looking at content that's not necessarily helpful, and suddenly our algorithm is just full of kind of dark stuff. And I can speak to that with my daughter. When she was about 12, I think harmlessly looked up a few things that ended up just every time she logged in would see, really dark things that she shouldn't have to see as a 12-year-old. And it really affects your mental health, and that you kind of think, oh, like I'm supposed to watch this or something. So I wanted to talk today about having a healthy relationship with social media because let's look at the facts. It's going to be very hard to just say, no, can't have it at all. I think a warning is warranted. But that being said, I don't want there to be a black and white thing when it comes to social media. And additionally, I think for parents, if you're shaming your kid for using it, it's just going to make the whole thing a lot worse. So one of the things that I think needs to be addressed when it comes to teen mental health and social media is that it reflects your mental health either way. So it can be an amplifier for how you live your life in general. For that example, if you're looking up things that, might tend toward negative thought processes, then, it's going to feed the negative thought processes. If perhaps you're looking up like tips for avoiding depression, then in general, the algorithm is going to try to like show you things and kind of tip the scales the other way. Additionally, if you're just looking up things that are for fun, that pique your interest, then you'll probably get inspired and get more media that piques your interest. But we can kind of get addicted to the negative thought patterns that we're so influenced by as young people already. So one of the main tips, and this is not a small thing, is to just look at what your home environment, what your overall life narrative is. Are we looking for health, or are we kind of fixated on the things that we lack and the problems of the world and our own problems, and just in general, like having an awareness of self-confidence and trying to uplift ourselves. And if we need help with something, looking for, holistic help for that thing, rather than are we getting sucked into feeding the narrative that we have that I'm not good enough, or I'm physically unattractive and all these things, and then we kind of get looped in, and social media will show you what you want to see. So it's really good to keep that in mind when you're talking about mental health and social media. Is it's actually mental health is first, and then social media will amplify it in either way. That being said, even just having some limits around the amount of time spent on social media, of course. So they say, don't bring it into your bedroom. So, having a time where it's on the charger, in the drawer at night, because one of the reasons they're saying that it's also impacting mental health is just kids are just not getting enough sleep. And it's addicting. So you're just on there, like searching, chatting, the whole thing. So putting it away, having, limits around the amount of time you do it, and putting it away at a certain time. And just that discipline alone could probably be a great game changer. And again, it's having the intention of health. So it's not like, nope, can't have it. It's just we want to use it in a good way. The other note is just to pay attention to who you follow. Maybe it's just a matter of looking into, the kind of stuff that you're consuming. Are your friends, trying to make people feel bad, or is it really a celebration of life, a news update? Is it really somebody you feel kind feelings towards? Same goes for, is it really worth your time to know what your, second cousin ate for lunch? Maybe not. Maybe you don't need to follow them. And the same goes for just in general influencers. Are they making you feel good, or is it furthering your interest, or is it just something when you are done you just don't feel good? And it's something to always check in about, for sure. And that also kind of reflects like the outside world and how you live your life. Are you going around looking for things that kind of like uplift you, or are you looking for things that make you feel bad for yourself, or having conversations where you are purposely putting yourself down or comparing yourself to other people? Is it in your home life? Are we celebrating each other, or are we, one-upping and comparing? So it's going to just reflect like your own internal morals and culture. And if you're looking for uplifted content, I guarantee you it's out there, even if it's just in some cute animal videos. All right, well, I would love to hear your comments. What do you think about all of this? And how do we uplift ourselves and use social media to better our life instead of bring ourselves down? I hope you're well. Thanks, Heather.